Hey everybody, it's Kirsty here from My Home Truths. I'm here for another Wins of the Week. And I'm exhausted. I look tired. I don't look together with it. It's been a massive week. Um, where do I begin? Um, well, probably with Matilda's surgery yesterday. So she had the pins taken out of her arm. We'd been prepared for it for a while. We knew it was going to happen. But this week was just a massive week for it. We had to have x-ray one day, go to the consultation the next day, and then yesterday we ended up, getting the pins out. She, God love her, had to be admitted at 1:30 and obviously had to fast from the morning, but we didn't actually get into surgery till 3:30, so she actually wasn't operated on until then. So she was very tired, very distraught. It was a tough day, first off keeping her from eating, and keeping her calm because she was really worried about the procedure. And she woke up a little bit sort of distraught and disoriented as well. But, she's been really good and I'm really pleased today. We've kept her home. She's still under the effects of anaesthetic and also, just is generally sore. But I'm pleased that she survived and that we survived that ourselves. So we're hoping to have a nice quiet day today, she and I. Um, that's the reason. Yesterday there was also a teacher stop work meeting in New South Wales Public Schools in the morning, and I made the executive decision just to keep everybody at home, because it was just I had to keep Matilda at home anyway. So yeah, and in the end I needed that day yesterday, have a bit of peace and quiet beforehand. Well, as much as you can with kids who are at home and need attention and stuff done. Um, but yeah, so generally, I suppose the theme of this week was what a week. It was huge. So we had all of that with Matilda. We had Gilbert's big orientation day at high school on Tuesday, which went quite well. I was a little bit worried because the welcome ceremony took ages. It took an hour. I shouldn't say ages, but for kids who have trouble waiting and have trouble just being patient, that can seem like an eternity. So I could see him sort of gripping his clothes and getting more and more sort of agitated as the time went on. So I was really actually quite worried when we left that he wouldn't have a good day at all, but he ended up having a marvellous day, enjoyed it. So I was really pleased. So that was that. That was good. And on that day, we also had Matilda's PLP, which is version of an IEP in public schools. So that's good. So we've got that sorted out for next year. So essentially, we're just looking at social things for her, and just making sure that she is going to have the support she needs next year, particularly going to high school, because we've now done, well, Gilbert will be off to high school at the end of next month, and then Matilda will follow the year after. So we've basically now got to just redo the transition process all over again, for another child. But I've learned a lot out of it, and I've shared a fair bit so far, but I'll also share a post, I suppose, with my top learnings from that, and what I'm taking, what I'm going to be replicating and maybe changing, for the coming year for Matilda going to high school. So we had all that, and then we also had a behaviour consultant that we talked to. Now, we've been having some concerns with Gilbert's behaviour at home. He's been very, very tense and stressed, trying to exert control everywhere he can, doesn't want to go out, just wants to stay at home. And basically, it is anxiety, and we knew that. We've known that he has a lot of anxiety, actually has generalised anxiety disorder on top of his autism. But it was, I suppose, I didn't realise how bad it was until the behaviour consultant sort of listened to our story and basically said to us that, he's not coping at all, and that we probably need to look at some other means, which include medication. Now, I'm one of the few, I suppose, autism parents that, there's probably more than a few, there's a lot, but it seems that a lot of people, turn to medication, which is fine, and I don't have a judgment on that at all. And in a way, I've sort of known that this day was going to come, but still it's scary sort of thinking about that and considering sort of, giving your child any sort of medication, particularly, for brain activity, sort of, for anxiety and organisation, that sort of thing. So now we've got to sort of sort all that out and consider sort of how we're going to go with that. In a way, I'm sort of not relieved, but sort of, hopefully this might help him. I just want to help him at this stage. I want him to be less stressed out. I want him to not have to exert the level of control that he's exerting at the moment, just so that he feels, in control in some aspect of his life. I want him to be happy. I want him to actually enjoy life. I want him to want to do stuff, where at the moment he doesn't want to do anything. So fingers crossed, whether this works or not, it's something we can try, and we can at least improve his quality, and his enjoyment of life is really what I want from this. And therefore, I suppose, as a side effect of that, our own lives as well, because it's very difficult living with that sort of heightened level of anxiety, and the constant reaction and the constant upset. So fingers crossed. So that was a big thing for us on Tuesday. So I've got to look into that. But, I'd love to hear from anyone who has gone through and medicated their child for anxiety, sort of how they found it, what their experiences were, if they've got any hints or tips, because I really don't know. This is unknown territory for us. So, yeah. So that was that. That was Tuesday. It seems like I've been running around all week doing things. I can't even remember everything anymore. But I think the overriding theme is that we've survived. This was always going to be a massive week, particularly with Matilda's surgery thrown into the mix. We have a Christmas performance. We have a Christmas party this afternoon at the kids' school. So that'll be a good way to end the week. And then I'm just hoping to have reasonably quiet weekend, except we were offered free tickets to a concert yesterday. So I'm going, yes, I want to go. So it looks like we're going to a concert tomorrow night, which I think will be great. And that's a win in itself, because it will be, time to recharge, that sort of thing. But yeah, there's another part of me just thinks, oh, it'd be nice just to go home and sleep and stuff. And as I said, I feel and I look tired. But yeah, so that's the end of the year for you. That's the wins the week for this week. Next week will probably be the last time I do the Facebook Lives for a little while. I find it very difficult to do them when the kids are home. I'll see. I might pop in and do some from time to time in the school holidays. But essentially, yeah, I think I might give the Facebook Lives sort of a bit of a rest for a little while, just through the holidays. But yeah, so next week will probably be the last challenge of the week and the last wins of the week for a little while. But I hope you can join me. I hope you're having a good week and you've had some wins as well. Feel free to share them below. And I will talk to you on Monday. Enjoy the weekend, whatever you end up doing. We're nearly there. We're nearly at the end of the year. So do your best. Enjoy. See ya.